Okay, I wanted to talk to you about what we're going to do today.
I know what we're doing.
Don't tell us that. Yesterday, ooh, hands down. Yesterday, friends were so knowledgeable, and you put together a piece of paper that had a community name in the middle, and it had places in that community, and it had responsibilities and jobs and people in that community. You worked with your friends. You used your social and communication skills and probably some self-management skills to figure out how to fill this paper in. Is that correct? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Did you do that yesterday? Yeah. So, some friends are thinking, well, Ms. Sobetsky, we should move forward on that. We should do something about these pieces of paper. What should we do?
I know.
Raise your hand. What should we do? We've made these kind of posters of information, but what should we do with them, Keely?
We should put them at our table so we'll remember, and if we make them, we can look at them.
Okay, so she's saying we should use the posters we made as a resource, as a tool to help us make sure we include all of these things on the communities that we're going to build. I agree. Does anyone else have any other ideas about what we should do, Marley?
And once we're done building those things, we can cross them out.
Oh, he said, so we can check whether we've built everything at our tables too. We can
And
look
it's
at.
okay if we add more things onto our list.
Ooh, he asked a question. He said, okay, first let's say, cross out what we've already done. So say, okay, we made that. That's our first responsibility as builders of a community, right? To cross out which ones we've made to make sure we're done with our whole list. But then he asked a question and he said, can we add to our list? What is it? What do you think? What do you think? Can we add to our list, Ryder?
We can.
We can. Why do you think we can?
Well, because if we forgot that, if we didn't write that one and we wanted to, we can just write it.
Yeah, if there was one that you forgot to write down, you can just write it down. How would you figure out if you needed something in your community? If you've built all of these and you crossed them out, how would you know what to add? How would you know what to add to this piece of paper, like Marley asked? How would you know, Owen?
I think because you just came up with another thing.
You just thought of another thing?
No.
Just out of nowhere?
No.
I think.
And then cross it out.
How would your brain find that, Owen? Your brain knows a lot of things. And it remembers? Okay. Okay. Any other way that you would figure out what to add once you're finished with all of this? Gunner.
We know what to do, so why are we sitting here?
We know what to do, but do we know exactly what to do?
No!
No! We know kind of what to do. We know a little bit about the problem. We need to figure out what skills, what ways are we going to figure out if we're missing something or if we need to add something. Carter, what are you thinking?
I agree with Ryder because if we didn't add more words, then we wouldn't.
If we didn't add more words, then we wouldn't push our thinking. That's what Carter just said. He said we need to push our thinking and figure out what else needs to be added. Can you go back, please? Marley.
The way that we will find out how to come up with other things is once we're done seeing what we just made looks like, we will get inspired, so we will know what another thing, so we will know what the rest of that place looks like, so we will think of other areas.
Okay, so you're saying once you've built your whole community, you're going to be able to look at it and kind of investigate what's not there. You'll be able to see what's missing. I'm wondering.
Like stories.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there are any skills that we might use to figure out what's missing. I love all these examples. I think friends are doing an excellent job of thinking of how we might add. However, there is a particular thing in my mind, Marley, that I'm thinking about. There is a particular thing in my mind that I'm thinking about. It's somewhere close to us. our community? What is something we do to gain more information? What is something we do to learn more about something? If we don't know about it, can we just think about it and then we know about it?
No.
What do we have to do, Kendall?
Use it.
Raise your hand, Wyatt. What do we have to do?
Research it.
Research it. We have to research it. So if
You
you've
have
built
to
your
research the world.
if you've built your community, and you don't know what else to add, you research it. What are you thinking, sir?
And you could learn about it.
And you can learn about it by researching. Where are your research materials about how we organize ourselves in our classroom?
Here.
Where are our research materials about how we organize ourselves? Logan.
On the wall.
On the wall. They're all over the wall. What's another place you can find research materials, Gabby K? That's okay. Macy. That's okay. Mateo.
On every wall.
On every wall. We have so many resources around our classroom. I'm thinking of something in particular.
Me too.
You too. What is it?
You could go around the world in other classrooms.
Ooh. You could look around the world in other classrooms. I wonder if they have communities in other classrooms. I don't know.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Calvin.
I just feel part of not that.
Excuse me 1 second. You're not being respected, so we're going to wait until you are.
Stop, Eli, stop.
Carter said something, and we have a friend who agrees or disagrees. We're not sure yet because we couldn't hear him. Can you please turn your voice off so we can listen to our friend?
I disagree with Carter, not the thing you just said. We actually are still pushing our thinking, but we would push our thinking more if we didn't add it. So we would still push that. We would still be pushing our thinking.
Okay. Okay. We've determined what we're going to do. We've determined that we're going to build things that are already on our paper. We're going to add things to our paper by researching and talking to our friends. Now we need to figure out, what are our materials going to be? How are we going to do this? What are we going to make and do? What are we going to use? Gabby K.
The stuff that are on our desks.
The stuff that are on. How would we make cars? So we have buildings out of construction paper or cardboard. How could we make cars? Who can answer Wyatt's question? Yes.
Cut them out.
We can cut them out. We can cut them out. So we have cars, we have buildings. What else do we need to include and how can we make them? Katie.
But we're gonna make a beach in the ocean and rock.
She was thinking about her community in particular, and she said, we're going to make a beach. We need to make water. We need to make the ocean, and what else?
The sand. So how would we do that with and think how you could make the car. You could find blue pieces of paper and cut it out like an ocean.
You can find blue pieces of paper and cut it out like that.
That's my sand.
Okay.
What about the sand?
What about the sand? What color paper might you use for sand, Keely?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
How are we going to
The rest of these questions are excellent questions to talk to your team about when you get back to your tables. All of the rest of your questions can be answered by your teammates. I have some books here for you. These books are resources that you can research in to look at what communities might look like on your piece of paper. Okay? You have other books up here, but these I picked out especially for this project, to begin this project. Ooh, how did you come to that agreement? Owen had, go ahead. Gabby K had the idea, and you all agreed with her idea? Nice job. It's not funny to say. That looks like a good roof to me. Is that okay with you? You know what? Shay, you're making good observations. I see what you're thinking. Shay made her house, but now she's looking at friends' houses and she's thinking, wait a minute, is my house the same or different, or what should I be doing? Can I move these off your table? Can I put them on the floor? Is that okay? Brown paper? Okay. That's what a lot of times are saying. I'll find it for you. America, can you see something brown, please? Say it again. You can color on your materials. Yes, good question. Brown. That's okay. me about what's happening?
He's making a skyscraper.
So he's making a skyscraper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not that. Carter, can you pass the 10? Carter, can you get just get here 10 people?
Oh, okay.
No, it's not like it's playing. I made the sign.
Oh, okay. So you're imagining people already there?
Like the sun's going down.
I'm wondering if, I think that's a good idea. But I'm wondering if, Nora, if after you make these, then you could add people after.
Yeah.
Carter, would you mind closing your water bottle?
But we're already taking the picture.
Oh, maybe you could put them on the outside.
Yeah. Can I borrow this? Sure. We finished the house. Soak it away and there.
Asking your group what they should do next. I think that would be a good plan. Okay. Good job.
Like 2 rolls of these.
I'm looking on your list. I'm looking on your list. What are you making?
Like
And is this where you're going to place it on your, is this where you're going to place it? Okay, why are you placing it right there?
We're just gonna put this around the sun's right here. Skyscrapers are so tall. I'm gonna make it big. Mason, I'm gonna make it big, okay? This is right now. We have a sun. That's gonna be like come above the sand. This is gonna be a shell for the Nike store. Shell. Like shell for the Nike store? Yeah. You would put clothes on.
I know how to make somebody doing a cannonball. I bend its leg and then put it on the leg.
Nope. A normal day. Okay.
Make a diving board.
So you think about the places that you have on your list. Where's your list? I know, I want to ask more about your diving board though, because Miss Katie. Drop it off. Okay. You said you had ice cream, and that's on here. Your diving board is not on here, and so I think that you should put it aside. Solely because you were very thoughtful about this list yesterday. You really made sure that every place you put on here was part of the beach community. Come back to that at a later time. I can even store it for you over here if you want me
Make
to.
it into something else.
That would be fine as well.
Yeah, we can make it do something good.
What could you make it into? Let's check your list.
That's my ice cream.
Hot dog stand.
Yeah. But how would we? Only if we use that top. How would we? But how about this is the ice cream?
Okay. Couldn't it be ice cream?
That's a really good size. I know. But there's no way you can stand. They sit on a chair.
What? We have special?
Yes, Gunnar, you're correct.
Whoa.
I know.
Can we come back?
Yes. Yes. It is already 10:15, so we must take a break from this work and come back to it later. However, we are not going to just go straight to the door. We need to take a look at our environment and make sure that our resources and tools we'll be able to use when we get back.